Welcome back friends, this is Ram here and it's 12th tutorial on JavaFX 8. In this tutorial we are going to see how to create table and add entries into the table. So let's start with the new project, JavaFX application. I'm going to name it as a tutorial 12. So create a application class and finish. I'm going to make some changes in the sample example, so I'm going to delete this and rename the title JavaFX tutorial 12 on table. So before going to proceed with this, I'm going to create a class which we are going to use in the table to add the entries. So I'm going to create new class. So new Java class, say user. I'm going to add user info, so I'm going to create a user class. So in this I'm going to add some variables. So like I'm going to create a table which have name, username, first name, last name and his email ID. So let's start. I'm going to create private final simple string property save first name. So I'll import this, so it will add a import. There is an error, so it's not initialized, that's why it's giving error. So I'm going to copy this and create two more variables. So next I'm going to add last name, then next I'm going to add email field, and save this. Now I'm going to create a constructor for this. So public user string name, say first name comma last name comma email. Say before this I have to declare it as a string, then last is the string email. Before this just simply mail and declare this. So I'm going to say this class has the first name equals to new simple string property. I'm going to copy this new simple string property, that is f first name semicolon. Save this. Again I'm going to copy this and add two more variables for last name and email. And here change this last name and email. This must be mail. So save this. Next we are going to add get and set methods for this. So say public string get first name and so we are going to return first name dot get semicolon. So I'm going to copy this and create two more get methods for last name and email. So here say last name and email. Next we are going to change this fields save this. And next I'm going to create set methods. So public void set first name and in the method I'm going to add string for first name. So here first name and set the string value and save this. So similarly I'm going to create two more methods for last name, set methods for last name and email. So copy this and I'm going to paste it twice for last name and email. So last name, set her last name, replace with L, and here we are going to create email. So email, here will be the field mail and here is mail. So save this. Hence we have created a user class for the table. Using this user class we are going to add first name, last name and email of the user in the table. So let's begin with the table. So before I'm going to add primary dimensions of the stage. So primary stage dot set the width let it is 450 and again set the height of the stage. Set height and the value let it 550. Then I'm going to add table. So to add a table we are going to add a table view. So table view. So we are going to create a table for user. So table view for user and the variable say table equals to table view. And fix the import. Okay. So we have created table view. Then next add some users in the table. So we are going to create a observable list. So let's start with observable list for a class of user and give the name. So data equals to say FX collection dot add observable list. So we are going to add observable array list. In the list we are going to add a new user. So to do that we are going to say new user. So I'm going to add users in the table respective first name, last name and email ID. So create the 3 strings with I'm going to add my name first. So Ram comma says last name. I'm going to add my last name and then add email ID. So my email ID is alapureram@gmail.com. So next I'm going to add 2 more users for the example. I'm copy this, so comma, paste it here twice. Say any name, say Tony Stark from Iron Man. So I'm going to add Tony Stark @example.com and add one more name, say Peter from Spider-Man. So Peter Parker say Peter Parker @ example.py. Next is, if you want to add any more, we have a users, or you can add directly here. Then fix the import for observable list. There is some error. Make it final. Add the import for observable list. So I'm going to add import JavaFX dot collections and add observable list. It's giving a problem because of there is a observable problem in spelling mistake. I'm going to copy this and replace with this. Save this. Then next, say table. I'm going to add these all items in the table. So table dot set items and add all the data. So next I'm going to set the table editable. So table such that we can add some more fields in the table. So set editable and it's going to be true. So next we are going to add a label for the table. Say label variable new label, and I'm going to say it as a user info, semicolon. Fix the import for a label. Okay, next set the font for a label. So label dot set font, and I'm going to add a new font. Say font, I'm going to add Arial with the font size of 20. So fix the import for a font. Add JavaFX scene text font. So I'm going to set. Next we are going to add the 3 columns of first name, last name and email. So add table column. So I'm going to say column first equals to new table column, and give the first column name. I'm going to say first name, semicolon. Now set the width. Before that, fix the import for table column. So okay, So I'm going to set the width, minimum width of the column. So if the size of the name increases, first name, it will automatically set the width, desired width for the column. So set minimum width, I'm going to say 100. Then I'm going to add the cell value the property of a first name into the table. So to do that, we are going to add set cell value factory. So column 1 dot set cell value factory, and I am going to add the property value factory of first name. So property value factory for, say, for first name. So these name must be match with your user class. So this name and this name. So next, say property and fix the import. Then next we are going to add another 2 columns. So I'm going to copy this and add 2 more columns. So I'm going to say column number 2 for last name, then set the minimum width 100. Then here again I'm going to say last. Where is the spelling mistake? Then we are going to add email column. So third column number 3 for email. So set the minimum width, say 200. Then here the field email, and change this is the column 2, this is the column 3. Then next we are going to add these columns into the table. So table dot get columns, and add all columns. Say I'm going to say column 1 comma column 2 comma column 3. Next we are going to add so save this. We are going to add new columns, so sorry, new users in the table. So to do that, we are going to create the text field. So first text field, sorry, first name text field for first name equals to new text field, comma. Now we are going to set the maximum width of the text field. Before that, we are going to fix the import for text field. Okay, then we are going to save add first name dot set max width and that must be matches with the column 2. So we are going to add as per the column 2. So we are going to get the column 2 preferred width. So as the column 2, sorry, as the column 1 of first name, as the column width increases, so for the text field also increases. Save this. Now next we are going to set prompt text, so it will display in the text field. So we are going to add first name dot set prompt text. So and say here first name. Next we are going to add 2 more text fields for last name and email. So here must be last name. We are going to replace first name with the last name. And set for column 2. Now next we are going to add email. Replace this email with the first name. So using these text field, we are going to add new entries into the column. So to add this entry, we are going to need a button action. So we are going to add a button, say button equals to new button, and the button name is say add new user. So fix the import for a button. Next we are going to add action method for a button. So button dot set on action, and I'm going to use a lambda expression to add the new user. So add new user to the data that is in observable list and add to the table. So to do that, going to add a new user. So say for I'm going to add first name dot get text. So when we add any name, any variable in the text field, so it will take the text field and add to the table. So it set get text comma. Similarly we are going to add for last name dot get text. And next we are going to add email dot get text. And we are going to close this. So I'm going to make it more visible. Then next is we are going to add these. After adding these all elements, we are going to clear this. So when we add a new user, we are going to create the new field. So first name. So after adding the user, we are going to clear the fields. So last name dot clear and email dot clear. And save this. So we have done with the table and adding a new user. So next we are going to add this text field into the our layout. So to do that, we are going to use a HBox. So I'm going to add in the horizontal line this text field and button. So new HBox of padding of 5. So next I'm going to add these all children elements, that is text field, and before that I'm going to import this. I'm going to add these children elements to the HBox. Say first name comma last name comma email. And one more is button, semicolon. So here is the problem because of spelling mistake. Then next we are going to add the label, table, and these HBox element into the another layout. Say we are going to add these elements vertically, so we are going to use VBox. Say VBox equals to new VBox of is between each child element is 5. So save and fix import. So next add the all element into the VBox. So VBox dot get children elements dot add all. So first is label. We are going to label the table, add, then table and HBox. One more spelling mistake, table. Next we are going to add some padding between the each elements in the label, table and HBox. So VBox dot set the padding I'm going to add new insert with the top 10, left 0, then bottom 0 and say right 10. Save this, and next we are going to create a scene. So scene equals to new scene, and we are going to add these all elements in the one scene. So before that, import the insert. Then we have imported wrong insert. Import, fix import for a JavaFX geometry insert. Okay. Now we are going to add all elements in the scene and in the one group. So we are going to use a group layout. So new group of layout and add all elements into the group. So group scene dot get root elements dot get children elements so before that we have to enclose in one bracket. Next get the children dot. So before that, fix the import for a group and add all to the all element of VBox, semicolon, and we are done with the table. Now run this. there is some problem in the class, so close this. So here is the problem. Change with last name and email. And one more problem is here, that we have to change with capital L and A. Save this and once again run the program. So here is our table tutorial. This is the label we have created. So the label user info, next we have added 3 columns for first name, last name and email. Then we have added these 3 columns in the table through this. Then we have created the 3 text field for first name, last name and email. The set prompt text is used for this hidden transparent prompt text, first name, last name and email. Then we have added a button to add the new user. So let's say new user John Don and say email ID John Don @gmail.com. So after adding this, you can add the multiple users in the table using this add button and text field. The next horizontal box is used to add these text field and buttons in the horizontally. Then vertical box we have used to add labels, this table and this HBox elements. So now we have done with the user table, how to create a table and how to add a new fields in the table. So this is the 12th tutorial. In the next tutorial we are going to see the list view, how to add a list or a list view. And finally, if you have any question, ask me in a comment section, or you can mail me on alapureram@gmail.com, or here is my email ID. And if you really like my work, please like and share and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.